Love is spending the rest of your life with someone you want to kill. And you don't, simply because you'll miss them. My wife made me a cup of coffee this morning and winked when she gave it to me. I've never been more afraid of drinking a drink in my whole entire life. 9 out of 10 husbands agree that their wives are always right. The 10th one hasn't been seen since the study has concluded. You can tell a lot about your wife by your hands. For example, if they're wrapped around your throat, she's probably upset. Marriage is like a deck of cards. All you need in the beginning is 2 hearts and a diamond. By the end, you'll wish you had a club and a spade. True love is waking up next to your partner and thinking, I can smother them or make breakfast. Pancakes it is, I guess. Absolutely never piss off your wife, because they'll remember stuff that hasn't happened yet. My wife was watching a movie last night. She just started to yell out, don't go in there. Don't go in the church, you dumb bitch. So I asked her, what are you watching? She said, a wedding video. Marriage counseling. Because sometimes your spouse needs to hear from a professional that they're being an ass. When someone is murdered, the police investigate the spouse first. Always the spouse first. Well, that tells you everything about being married. Went to the doctor's the other day. He asked me, are you involved in any dangerous sports? Well, I looked at him and said, well, sometimes I like to disagree with my wife. When talking to your wife, always remember that this conversation will be recorded for training and quality purposes. So, the other day my wife asked me to pass her the lipstick. I accidentally passed her a glue stick. She's still not talking to me. Marriage is full of surprises. But mostly, it's just asking each other, do you have to do that right now? How did they come up with the word wife? Well, they took the first 2 letters and the last 2 letters from wildlife. Over 90% of married life consists of yelling what from 2 other rooms. I bought my wife a mood ring the other day. When she's in a good mood, the ring turns blue. But when she's in a bad mood, it leaves a big red spot in the middle of my head. Marriage is just a walk in the park. Simple walk in the park. That park might be Jurassic Park. It's still a park, isn't it? If you really want to know all your mistakes, just ask your wife. At a party, there's two kinds of people. One who wants to go home, one who wants to stay. The thing is, they usually end up marrying each other. Me and my wife always compromise. I admit I'm wrong, and she agrees with me. My wife told a lie, a very bad lie. My wife said I ruined her birthday. I have no idea how I could have done that. I don't even know when your birthday is. One night, my wife asked me, "Do you want to go out for dinner?" I asked her, "What are my options?" She said, "Yes," or "No." No. Me and my wife often exchange views and options. I come with my own and leave with hers. I was having a conversation with my friend one day, and I finally said, "I haven't spoken to my wife in 18 months. My friend just simply asked, "Why not?" I answered, "I don't like to interrupt her." Here's a little tip for all those husbands. If you ask your wife, "Can I do this activity?" and she says, "Do whatever you want," seriously, don't do what you want. It's a trap. Just stand there as still as you can. Don't even blink, and you'll be okay. My heart just filled with joy, extremely full, overflowing actually. I saw my wife staring at our wedding certificate for at least a half an hour. Then I realized she's been searching for the expiry date. So one day I came home and my wife greeted me in sexy lingerie. She said, "Tie me up and do whatever you want." So I tied her up, then went fishing. My wife asked me a simple question. She asked, she noticed that our neighbor always kisses his wife goodbye when he leaves. My wife asked, "Why don't I do that?" I told simply because I barely know her. Men, yep, another bit of advice. If you're worried about forgetting your wife's anniversary, I have a simple solution. Just get married on your birthday. Well, me and my wife, I really think we have to brush up on our flirting techniques. The other night, I crawled into bed with her, wrapped my arms around her, and whispered, that Vicks smells so good. Well, I felt like being nice, so I got my wife a Get Better Soon card. She's not sick. I just think she can do better. One day, I was out for quite a long time, so my wife texts me, "Where the hell are ya?" I just simply text her back, "Darling, you know that jewelry store where you saw that ring that you really loved?" And I said, "Unfortunately, I don't have the money for it right now, but one day it's gonna be yours." She checks back, "Yes, I remember that, my love." Well, I text back, "Well, I'm in the pub next door to it." How do you keep your wife happy and make yourself look like a hero? Well, it's quite simple. You hide something like cookies, something she needs all the time, right? And then you find it and just wait for her to say, "You're my hero." My wife told me I was acting very immature. I just pointed and told her to get on my pillow for it. One time I told my wife to embrace her mistakes. She gave me a big hug and a kiss. So I got into quite a nice sized argument with my wife the other day. This was about holidays. I wanted to go to Paris. She wanted to come too. So my wife told me that I twist everything she says to my advantage. You know what? I take that as a compliment. So one day, me and my wife had to go out really bad, something really important. Well, the problem is both of our cars were busted, just not running. Well, so we took the bus. We had to take the bus. She ended up getting a little more than a little annoyed that I was standing a little bit too close to a beautiful woman. A couple seconds later, that beautiful woman ended up giving me a huge slap in the face. She said I pinched her in the rear end. I turned to my wife and said, "I swear I didn't do that." My wife turns to me and says, "Yeah, I know. I did it." So, a miracle happened. After over 7 years of being married to my wife, she, for the first time in front of me, apologized, said she was wrong. She said sorry. She married me. One night, my wife demanded me to take her to a very expensive place. I took her to the gas station. Husband tip. If you have something very important to tell your wife, simply take her by the hands, look her in the eyes, and tell her. Why? That way she can't hit you with either one of her hands. If anybody's wondering what's my tip when me and my wife are arguing, simple. I pretty much nod my head, say yes, and hope for the best. So honestly, I had a lot of fun doing this video, and it was all jokes obviously. I really love my wife, do anything for my wife, and she would do anything for me. So happy marriages, happy relationships out there. Hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.